Hey everyone, my name is Garo Gignano and I'm a product manager for Synapse Real-Time Analytics in Microsoft Fabric. In this video, I will show you how to get data from Azure Event Hubs into a Real-Time Analytics KQL database in Microsoft Fabric. Before we dive into the demo, let's start with the basic definitions. Azure Event Hub is a data streaming platform that can stream millions of events per second with low latency. Azure Event Hub sits between event publishers and event consumers to decouple the production of events from the consumption of those events. On the other hand, Real-Time Analytics KQL database is a fast and highly scalable big data analytics tool that can get and analyze huge amounts of data in real time. This integration allows you to stream data from Azure into Fabric, harness the full capabilities of Azure Event Hubs and KQL databases, and gain real-time insights into your data. So let's jump into Microsoft Fabric and see how this integration works. This is the main page of Microsoft Fabric. We'll start from the Synapse Real-Time Analytics experience. Another option to choose the experience is using the left experience switcher. Make sure you are working in the correct workspace, as any new item will be saved to this workspace. You can change the workspace by selecting it from the Workspaces menu. If you want to create a new KQL database, simply go to the New section and click on KQL Database. Give it a name and hit Create. If you have already created a KQL database, like this one, just click on it. You will be taken to the KQL database editor page. This page displays an overview of the database, including its details, data size, top tables, and more. In the data tree, you can see the tables and other entities in this database. Now let's see how you can get data from Event Hub into this database. Click on Get Data and then select Event Hubs. The ingestion wizard guides you through the process of ingesting data into your KQL database. The first tab in this ingestion wizard is the Destination tab. Here you can select an existing table or create a new table. Let's set the destination as a new table. Next, we move to the Source tab. The first field in the Source tab is auto-populated as Event Hubs. Next one is the Event Hub data source, which refers to the name of your Event Hub cloud connection. Cloud connections are a feature of the Fabric platform that enables you to bring external resources, such as Azure Event Hub, into the Fabric platform. If you haven't created a cloud connection for your Event Hub, you can do so by clicking on the Create a New Cloud Connection link. At the end of the video, I will show you how to create this cloud connection. Next is a data connection name or data stream name. This is a user-defined name that you can later use to identify and to manage this data stream that you are currently building. Next is selecting a consumer group that is defined in the Event Hub. You can choose the default or another existing one if they are not used by other consumers. You can also add new consumer group to the Event Hub. There are some more optional parameters for advanced scenarios. For example, if the Event Hub data is compressed, you should set the gzip option under compression. You can also choose to ingest optional Event Hub system properties into your table. And you can select a specific event retrieval start date to retrieve historical events stored in this Event Hub. Next is the Schema tab. Here the wizard listens to events coming from the Event Hub and shows a data preview. Based on the data structure, you can define how the schema of your destination table will look like. In my case, I know that the data coming from the Event Hub is basically a JSON data, so I will change the format to JSON. As you can see, the wizard will infer the schema of my table based on this JSON. These are the columns that will be created in my table. If you select JSON, you can also select nested levels, which determine the table column data division. So if you have a nested JSON like this one, you can break the nested fields into separate columns in the destination table. Double-clicking on a column name allows you to change the name of the column that will be created in the table. You can also change the data type if the suggested value was not inferred correctly. Next is a summary. Now the continuous ingestion from Event Hub is being established. All steps will be marked with green checkmarks when the data ingestion finishes successfully. And we can close the result. You can click refresh and see that our new table has been created. You can also go to the data stream section to see the existing Event Hubs data streams in my database, including the new one that I just created. You can see the name, the connectivity status, and the destination table. Clicking on it will show additional details like the name of the cloud connection and the name of the consumer. Let's go to the main page of the database editor, and let's see how we can interact with the data using the KQL language. Click on the ellipsis icon next to the table, query table, and show any 100 records. This is the explore your data icon where you can use KQL language to run queries. So here we can see sample data from a table. Basically, this is IoT sensor data. Another option to get this type is using the explore your data button. Let's paste some more queries. So in this query, I will use the count operator to get the total number of records in my table. Another option is aggregating the data and see how many records were ingested per device ID. I will use the summarize count operator. And the last example, I will get the average temperature in 5-minute buckets. And I will also create visualization using the render time shot operator. Then you can save the query set and share it with others. Now let's see how we can create cloud connections in Fabric. Cloud connections connects or brings external resources like Azure Event Hubs into the Fabric platform. For that, go to the settings icon, click Manage Connections and Gateways. Make sure you select the Connections tab and hit New. Choose Cloud as we're going to create a cloud connection. Give it a name. The connection type, in our case, is going to be Event Hub. Next, we need to fill out several details on how to connect to this Event Hub. For that, we'll go to the Azure Pro tab, to the Event Hub's namespace, then go to the actual Event Hub. Let's say I want to connect this Event Hub to Fabric. Go to Shared Access Policies, and create a new one. Give it a name. SAS is Shared Access Policies, and make sure it has Manage Permissions. Hit Create. Then select the policy, and we're going to use some of the fields here. Let's go back to Fabric. First is the Event Hub namespace. Here we can find the namespace, copy, and paste. Next is the Event Hub name. This is the name of my Event Hub. Next is the authentication. First, we need the username, which is basically the name of the SAS policy. And password, which is the primary key. And hit create. That's it, the connection was created. Now, if you go back to your KQL database, go to Get Data, Event Hubs. Under the Source tab, you will see the new connection that you just created. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.